All right, I'm recording now so that you'll be able to watch back later.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and pull up that power puff. I had a few of them. There it is.
Oh, you already had some too, huh?
Yeah, I had done some previously. All right.
Okay.
So to get started, what I do with all the images, you see how it's pixelated when you zoom in, how you can see the squares and the blocks?
Yes.
We always want to start off with a right click, outline trace, and then clip art.
Okay.
It's always the first thing we do, and then we'll get this image right here. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it's now vectorized so that the lines are solid and not choppy and blocky.
Okay.
All right, so we'll hit OK. All right, and from here, while it's still selected, you always want to right click and ungroup all objects.
Okay.
The reason why we ungroup all objects is because if we come up here to our wireframe view, as you can see, it shows, it shows the image with the white square around it, and then all of the other objects that are in the image.
Okay.
We'll go back to a hands view, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here in this white area around her.
Okay.
Like so. And as you can see, that was a white area. I just changed it blue. And for shirts, we don't need that because I like to design outside of the box, so I like to remove the boxes and just have the image.
Okay.
All right. Now with something like this, as you can see, it didn't get a good vector of it because it was so pixelated when we downloaded it. So what we want to do right here is we want to group these little objects. As you can see, this little gray right here, and all of this, like this green. What I like to do is, first I like to click on this black area.
Yes.
And then I like to come over to my design wizard. Inside my design wizard, I like to basically click on, let me minimize this. All right. I basically want to click on right here in the center. That will select all of the same color. So if we click right there, it selects all of the same color.
Okay.
Now, also what I like to do is, all right, let's take it step by step here.
Okay.
The main screens that I work with are the edit tab, the place and fill,
the
templates, and mock-ups.
Okay.
All right. Right now we are in the edit tab.
Okay.
And what I like to do is let's click back on the black. All of the black again here. And we're just going to nudge it over right here inside of the edit tab. Let's nudge it
what's
over.
that? What's nudge? Okay. I got you. You moved it. Okay.
All right. Yeah. But I have my nudge set to 15.
Okay.
So,
so what's 15?
15 is it's going to move it over like 15 spaces.
Oh, okay.
So let me go back. Let me select it all and let me nudge it back. I use nudge so that I can nudge it over exactly and then be able to nudge it back so that I can separate things or group things easily. Nudge works for me versus trying to grab it and move it off to the side. Then when you move it back, you're trying to
reline it
back up. So I like to use nudge because nudge will nudge it out the way so you can see the
Okay.
rest of your objects, and then you can select it all again and just nudge it back.
Okay. Okay.
So throughout the tutorial, I may be nudging things to the left. Then I might grab all of this, select that one, select all of the same color, and nudge this to the right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now I can grab all of this and weld it together. Boom. I grab all of this and weld it together. So now I know I got my black and I got my skin tone.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to nudge the black back in. Boom. And now with our skin off to the side, we're going to try to fix all of this so that this is one solid line.
Okay.
So I'm gonna click on this green here. As you can see, it only selected that part.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold shift, select this black here. It selected everything. As you can see, it has nodes around the entire image now.
Okay.
Also has this node right here on the green. So I'm gonna right click on the black and we're gonna combine all of that together.
Oh.
It combined that right there. Also, I'm gonna click off of it. Boom. So we want to do it again. We want to click on this green, hold shift, click on the black, right click, and then combine. Okay. So we just combined that little part right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to select this one, hold shift, select this one. I'm going to scroll back out, hold shift again, select this piece. Hold shift again, select this piece. While I'm still holding shift, I'm gonna select the black. That's right click and combine it all to the black. So now we just did all 4 of those pieces at once. Okay. All right. We got this little piece right here. We can just go that. I just clicked on it and delete it. This piece right here definitely looks like it fits in there. Hold shift, select the black, right click and combine. Okay. Now that we have everything combined, we want to weld it together. Okay. Even though it's combined, if we go in here to our wireframe, you can still see all of the little pieces. But once we weld it, watch they disappear. Boom. Now they're all part of the black now. If we go back to our enhanced view, we can see. We still need to fix the little piece right here. But the black is solid now. You know what I mean? We can take this little piece right here, hold shift, select the white area, right click and combine that to that. Okay. All right. Move right along. To fix this piece, what I would do is I would double click on it. When you double click on it, it brings up all of these little fancy little nodes. As you can see, when you hover over a node, you get the crosshair, or if you hover over the line, you get the squiggly line. If you're not on either one, you'll just get the selection box. The selection box will allow you to create a box, a selection box around the node that you want to select. Or you can just zoom in and just select it like so. And then now you know you have that one node selected, and you know it's selected because now you got these handles where you can change how. Okay. I'm gonna Control Z it back. Click on this one, this little piece right here. I'm just gonna drag it down into this other black area. It's gonna overlap like so. And now I'm gonna come up here and I'm going to weld those 2 pieces together. Boom. Okay. Now that is what I'm gonna click off of it. I like to click off of it so that I can see it without all of the nodes around it. I like to it and then zoom in, see what I'm doing. So I want to select this black because now I want to fix it and straighten it out. So I'll double click on it. We're gonna go in there, select just this node here. Let's just delete that node. Boom. And let's delete this one. Boom. All right, we got a better curve now.
Yes.
Let me deselect it now. Boom. All right, so let's fix this green part right here where it's got this little kink in it. We're gonna double click on the green, and we're just gonna delete those two nodes right there. Boom.
Oh wow.
It's still somewhat too curvy. So we're gonna click on this node right here. It's gonna bring up our handles. And let's drop this arrow down just a little bit here. Boom. And that's good. So I'm gonna deselect it. Now we got this little kink right here. There's two ways to fix that. We can double click on the black, and of course,
combine.
Nope. We're just gonna delete this node here. Boom.
Okay.
So now we got.
Okay.
But if we bring the black to the front, you will see.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we're gonna push it back to the black, to the back.
Okay.
And we're gonna take this green piece here, and we're gonna use this green piece to basically cookie cut through the black to get rid of that little area right there.
Oh, okay.
So first I'll click on the green. You have to hold shift and select the black.
Okay.
And up here, this line right here is our main. We're gonna use this a lot. This is our welding function, our simplify function, our trim, and our create boundary. The two that you're going to use the most is this weld here and trim. So let's use our trim now. We're going to click on our green, hold shift, click on our black. We know we want to trim through the black. We're just going to trim through it like so. Trim.
And you holding shift the whole time you're doing this, right?
I hold shift to select the two objects, and then you can let shift go. The main reason to use shift is to select the two objects to group them.
Okay.
When I'm right clicking and hitting combine, or if I'm coming up here to hit anything else, I have let shift go at that point.
Okay.
All right, so now if we move it, it's clean. It's a clean cut. All right, we got one more piece to fix in here. Is this, I don't like how this separates right here, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to double click on the black. We brought up our nodes. Want to click on, grab this one, and we're just going to drag this one up into there. It overlaps. So now we can weld it. And when it welds, it basically welds the two pieces together. Let me show you. Let me go back. So it had that overlap there. We want to make sure we weld it. Weld it. Boom. So now we can double click on it again and grab this node here. Let's delete it. Boom. So now we got that curve that we want for the mouth. Now, sometimes you may find images and they're cleaner than this, and you don't have to do as much cleanup. But I like this one because it shows you that 85% of the images, well, not 85, more like 60%, you may have to clean up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Before you can start your stone work.
Okay.
When I first started, I would not have noticed any of those imperfections. I would have just went in and started stoning, like, you know what I mean? But this last little piece, we're gonna click that pink. It looks like it goes to the black, so we're definitely gonna hold shift, select the black, let shift go, right click and combine.
Okay.
After I combine, I always like to weld. If I'm combining multiple objects though, I always combine all the objects to the same color, and then I weld at the end.
Okay.
You'll see the difference between combine and weld. They both visually function the same, but weld actually welds them together and combine just combines them together.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and straighten out this tongue right here. Let's get it straight. I'm gonna double click on it. I'm gonna just delete this node here, see if that works. It did make it somewhat straight, but I'm gonna click on this node here and maybe curve it in just a little more like so. Now with that, now the other way we can fix this little gap here is just to fill it in. So along the left-hand side, we have all of these tools, which can be confusing at first if you don't know what they do. But they're pretty straightforward. Like, you know what I mean? Like this one is the pick tool. It allows you to select objects, position, or even transform objects. So with this tool, we can click here. It brings that up like so. With it, when we click on it once, it brings up the handles around it, which allows us to move it. We double click on it, it brings up the nodes, which allows us to click on a node and manipulate that node. So sure enough, I could just grab it like that and cover up that black all together and do it like that. But now it looks like it's too far in, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to Control Z it back. And along this row right here, all the way at the bottom, we have what's called a Smart Fill tool.
Okay.
I click on that Smart Fill tool. It allows me to just fill in this area right here. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Now that I got it filled in, I can come back to my selection, to my pick tool. It's still selected. I can hold Shift, select the black, right click, and combine. Boom. Remember, after you combine, because if we combine it and we look at our wireframe, it's still there until we weld it. Boom. All right. Let me go back to explaining the tools on the side. So we got our pick tool.
Okay.
With our pick tool, we got our pick, which is originally, which we can draw a box around what we want to select. Okay. But we can draw a box around just what we want to select, and it will not select anything else. For instance, if I drew a box around just this little pink part right here, you see that it's not selecting any of the black because I have to draw a box around the entire area of the black.
And is that because everything's ungrouped right now too?
That's because everything is ungrouped. But if it was all grouped, let's group it together. Go in there and select just that mouthpiece because now everything is grouped and I can't. I just can't go in there and grab a piece.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ungroup it. So everything right now is this own little object. Like I can just click it and select just that piece. Select just that piece. Or I can go in there and highlight just this white piece right here. Meaning the full area of the green is not highlighted at all. The only area that's fully inside the box is this white. So when I let go, boom, it only selected this little white sliver right here. That's just different ways that you can use the select tool. Let me show you again. This little area of green right here. If I draw this box and start it right here, I can go in there and just grab just that green. I can go in there. I'm only drawing a box around her dress. Boom. Get just her dress. Or you can go in there and click it and select it.
Wow.
All right, get something here. All right, boom. All right. Or you can use the freehand pick, which allows you to now draw freehand around your object that you want. And it's
Oh,
going to select, like, let's go freehand around this eye. Boom.
oh, wow.
I can start from right here all the way on this side. And I'm a freehand, but I'm only going in and drawing a circle around this piece right here. So I'm going to select the mouth. No matter how much squiggly line, I only drew a circle around that piece. Boom.
Got it. Sure did.
All right.
Wow.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's grab all of this and nudge. We're going to nudge it back in. Boom. Now, what I would want to do is, since her face and her hands are peach colored, let's go ahead and do her legs peach color too. So let's click, hold shift, click here. I guess we can do it here too, because that's like her foot coming through her sandal. We have those 3 white pieces selected. Yes. We're going to hold shift again, select the peach. We got all of that selected. Let's right click, combine, and now let's weld it.
Sweet.
All right. Now we know we have all of the skin together. Let's all of the green. So let's click the green, hold shift, click the other green, this green here, and this green here. We can combine them and then weld them. Boom. Okay. Now we want all the white together. Let's click this eye here, hold shift, click that eye and the other parts of her mask, right click and combine and weld. So now we know we got our 4 colors. We got our black, let's nudge it. We got our skin. We got our green for the outfit. And then we got our little pink piece right here for the mouth. And all 4 of those pieces, I was nudging it when I meant to do undo. Now all 4 of those pieces are ready for a cut job. You know, you can pretty much load up your vinyl and cut that out. Let me go back to our pick tool so I can draw a square around it. Now, after I got all that done, I will want to size it up for the garment or for the shirt that I'm putting it on. Okay. So 8.227 isn't bad. That's like that's great for a small, medium, large, maybe even big, extra large. I'll do it like 8.5 just for good measure. Now, what we want to do, me personally, I when I'm doing rhinestones, I like to rhinestone what would be rhinestone if you were to see somebody for real. You know what I mean? So if you were to see her at Universal Studios or whatever, and she had on her costume, the part that may be rhinestone, maybe the green parts, her dress, like, you know what I mean? Or she may have everything that's black, that's rhinestone. Her face or her skin wouldn't really be rhinestone, but here lately, I've been seeing Rhinestone Designs where they rhinestoned everything and it still looks okay. Like, I mean, but
I feel you. No, that's why I like your technique too, because you don't you don't cover the whole picture up in rhinestones. So I was gonna get some pointers from you, because I want to do sublimation, but I also see that everybody doing that DTF too, the DTF stuff too now. But I don't know how rhinestones hold up on DTF though, if they hold up on there or not. You can heat press them on there.
Okay, so I've tried it like 3, maybe 4 times. The key with pressing rhinestones on top of sublimation on top of DTF is it has to be a light print. When I mean light print, meaning when it comes to the resolution determines how much ink is actually applied to the film.
Oh, okay.
So if you're using settings like 1440 by 1440, then it's going to be a thick ink that applied to the film, then that film is applied to the garment. The thicker the film is on the shirt, the more rubberier the feel is, I guess. Like
It is. I've seen some. Yeah, it look tacky to me.
yeah. So with the resolution down just a little bit lower,
Mm-hmm.
and you may have to press the stones on using a little more pressure and a little
Mm-hmm.
more time, a little more time, a little
Okay.
more pressure.
Gotcha.
But they do hold up in the wash. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Have to give it, if you normally press for 20 seconds, then you got to do 35 seconds.
Okay.
Have to turn it like once or twice to get a little more pressure, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or use a pressing pillow to get it like sunk down into the ink.
Okay.
Yeah, but I I haven't covered I haven't did a full fill either. Like I mean, a full fill is if this part
Yeah.
right here was DTF and I did a
Okay.
place in fill. All right. So let's move on to the fill part.
Okay.
So inside of our place and field tab, it can look intimidating, but it's not because we have either placing uh, rhinestones or outlines because we use this place and field. It's not only for stones, but it's for
Mm-hmm.
what they call islands or
Mm-hmm.
outlines or contour. They all three are the same thing.
Okay, that's what islands are. It's outline,
Outline
contour.
or contour. For instance,
Okay. Okay.
if we click on this black
Mm-hmm.
and we take away the stones,
Mm-hmm.
we select add stones, and we leave it on one island. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing I change here is whether I'm doing it inside or outside, whether I'm adding stones or not.
Okay.
Uh, Whether I'm doing, I really only do one island or zero islands. Like you know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't really go past one, uh, not too often. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
one or zero, and here's why.
1 or 0. Okay.
Yeah. So let's go to the outside of this.
Okay.
We're gonna leave it on one island. I never really
Mm-hmm.
changed the space. I got my field line spacing on auto.
Okay.
Now, the contour spacing is what you would change the most. The contour
Mm-hmm.
spacing lets you know how far away you want it from the edge of this black. So
Mm-hmm.
0.075. If we leave it like that and we hit island field, it's going to create a contour space,
Okay.
one island 0.075 around the black.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh
And we're going to
wow.
go ahead and just change it to blue. Boom. And as you can see, it did one
Mm-hmm.
contour space around all of the black area.
Sweet.
Now, that would be good because we can still, we should be able to, yeah, push everything that was on the inside to the front. So let me go
Mm-hmm.
back. I just clicked on this skin, boom, and I
Uh-huh.
just pushed it to the front because
Okay.
island, this blue island behind here, it
Uh-huh.
basically created an island. I'm gonna nudge it to the side so you can see. It created an island
Oh, okay.
underneath, you know,
Mm-hmm.
0.075 bigger than the black. So
Okay.
let's just move just the black over by itself as well. Let's nudge it over. And that's what it would look like.
Okay.
So now, as you can see, we created that outline only around the
Mhm.
black, but now we got to take this pink, this peach, and we got to chop it through this inside part so that we don't see those blue areas. You know what I mean?
Okay. Uh-huh.
But that's just showing you an outline. All right,
Mm-hmm.
let me take that outline off because you can do the exact same thing with rhinestones. You go place and fill, and we come to add stones.
Mm-hmm.
And when I add stones, I like to click this magic path. I can't
Mm-hmm.
really tell if it changes anything, whether you have it selected or not, but I like to
Okay.
select.
Okay.
Now, let's click on the black. We're gonna leave it on the outside. We're gonna leave everything else the same. Let's do an island fill. Boom. So
Mm-hmm.
they're the same thing. It puts those stones directly on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see all of these little nodes in here. It also
Yeah.
put those blue stones in there as well.
Okay.
So always, 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 when you do an island fill, let's go back. So when you want to set stones on, you'll click on
Mm-hmm.
your image, you'll do an
Mm-hmm.
island fill, and you
Mm-hmm.
always want to clear the path and
Okay.
merge overlapping stones.
Okay.
Always, always, always.
Okay.
What that does is it basically, when you click it, when you click island fill, it creates the islands, but as you can
Mm-hmm.
see, it puts this line through them, and that's
Yes.
pretty much the guideline that it used to place the stones onto the object. So we
Okay.
always have to clear the path, which takes that line away, and then
Okay.
merges any overlapping stones using this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
either one of these fields that you may use, it's a three-step process. It's either a path fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones, a
Okay.
hatch fill, clear the path, merge overlapping, an island fill, same thing, clear the path. I only,
Okay.
for the most part, use these two, island fill and hatch fill.
Okay.
You can play around with the path fill and an offset fill. You know, you might find some useful areas for it, but
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, once you learn the basics, get in there and start playing around. Like, oh, I want to see what this button do now, because
Mm-hmm.
you can always just undo. You know what I mean? Undo and
Mm-hmm.
go back. Control Z will be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
So now what we want to do now is we want to select on, because we know that if I select this blue, all right, now up here, you're going to use these three boxes right here a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
One on the left, it also at the bottom of when you hover over things inside of the design wizard, you
Mm-hmm.
get a little guide down here at the bottom. So all the way at the bottom, it says left click, select same size, or right click, invert, or shift click to clear.
Oh, okay.
And then the next one, it's left click, select the same color, right click, invert. So I really only left click when I'm using these three buttons. I really
Mm-hmm.
never use the right click. So
Mm-hmm.
if I click on one little circle, I
Mm-hmm.
know I want to select all of the same size and color. So we want
Mm-hmm.
all of the same size blue stones. Well, we got them all. Let's nudge them off to the side. So we go back to our edit tab and nudge them to the side.
Okay.
Now we know we only want stones on the outline, on the outside. So
Mm-hmm.
all of these ones in the inside, we can pretty
Mm-hmm.
much go in there, draw a box around them, and delete them. I'm only deleting the ones in the inside by drawing this little box around them and just
Mm-hmm.
those ones, because I know I don't need them. They if I try to do it, it's gonna cut out, and then I'm gonna have rhinestones all over top of the vinyl, and that's not gonna work.